I'm so excited to talk finally with you because, I really know that you are really a busy, busy man. You are traveling around the world. You are an international speaker. Recently, you have been on Hawaii at the Habitat Clinic. You have been at California, and now you are in Poland. This is so exciting.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. Get to travel and meet new people and, teach people how to take control. I just recently was working with helping an 81-year-old great-grandmother whose daughter was tapping on her, granddaughter who was tapping on her to help her with two major traumatic memories that's totally controlled her life and affect her life in a negative way. And then after, they flipped the memory, which is reimprint the memory, she started using it all on her own just by tapping on herself, and she was taking a lot of medications for her migraines, and she started getting rid of her migraines just by just tapping on her own and not really knowing what she's doing. So then I started working with her, and she started asking questions. Well, how do you do, how do you do with food? Because she feels, I don't know, guilty or bad when she eats like a radish, which is a raw food, because she was taught by the doctors that you don't eat raw food, you have to cook it. And so, and how to do that and how to deal with vertigo. So we did all kinds of different things. And of course, I don't speak Polish. I only speak American, Oklahoma-style English. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I'm really fascinated because your work, you have really created a cutting-edge healing process with FasterEFT. And I can see this immense value this work really has on so many people around the world. Also in my experience, I have been a spiritual teacher for over 12 years. I have been working with a lot of different techniques like shamanic stuff, like family constellation. And, really, I honor all these techniques, and I have been into EFT for also over 10 years. Mm-hmm. But then I first met you on the internet. I was so impressed because I could really feel in my body the relief and that I crossed a line with using FasterEFT. It was, like all the other techniques, they brought me really up to a certain line, but I never, it's like cutting a tree, but the roots are still there. Mm-hmm. And so please tell us a little bit more about, the FasterEFT setting, mm-hmm. and, all the about imprints and our pull towards family.
Yeah, well, of course, like yourself, a lot of people are on a journey to heal themselves and work on themselves, and I'm no stranger to that as well. And of course, I started early, around 15 years old, because I had nightmares of my father. And so over the years of trying everything I could possibly find, I started NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is self-study. I bought a tape set at a garage sale, and I just listened over and over again. And then, of course, EFT in 1999. I think the background of having NLP helped me become better with the tapping process, and also helping me understand why and how we have problems. And so combining them together, and I think that's the magic of FasterEFT. Although Gary Craig, he was a EFT master, NLP master or trainer or something. He had his protocol, but what I've done is I've mashed them together, and the understanding of how and why we have problems. And so FasterEFT, although I thought it was EFT, because of the way I've done it. And of course, I was in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Gary was there, and Adams was there, and I gave him, hey, Gary, I have some DVDs of some of the stuff I've been doing. And I gave them to him, tell me what you think. And I never heard back from him, but FasterEFT is a different mind. It's a different way of thinking. FasterEFT sees basically from the mind of NLP, with understanding how we have problems, why we have problems, and the power of FasterEFT is understanding how to get in and get out and to create deep neurological changes in the mind. And the whole purpose of FasterEFT is to reimprint, which is, we call it get the flip. The flip is you have a negative experience, and when you're done, you have a positive experience with the same memory. So you actually are rewriting the memory. And of course, understanding that all your problems start, basically starts at birth. I mean, you learn how to have your problems by your life experiences. And your mind starts to neurologically encode our experiences in the mind, and then we start to operate in the world as if it were true and real right now. And so with this understanding, then what I train my practitioners, how to get in, how to make the changes as deep as you possibly can, and to how to reimprint many different ways, and leaving our clients empowered. And that means give them control on how to change their lives. So FasterEFT has a different mindset than the traditional style EFT. Both are good. They both work great. I like to get in there and get it done and move on as quickly as I possibly can and make as many changes in the less amount of time with the less amount of torture, so to speak. And so that's just the mindset of FasterEFT. FasterEFT is designed to do the worst of the worst. That means severe post-traumatic stress, ADHD, manic depressive, the worst of the worst is what FasterEFT is designed. And if you could do the worst of the worst, you come in and somebody says, I feel alone and abandoned, those are easy. We just came back from Habilitat, which is a drug facility. Actually, it's America's highest success rate. After 5 years, I believe it's like 60% of those who graduated are still addiction-free. And the main thing about the difference is that they have the same belief system as FasterEFT does. They teach a lot, and what FasterEFT does is it goes in and it makes the deep interchanges. And I mean, we have people who come in, we're talking about, if you're addicted, most addictions are driven by pain and hurt and sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional traumas, beatings, rape, you name it, it's there. And addictions, because the reason why people are addicted is they're trying to escape the pain and try to feel better. And so when you go in and you know how to get the worst of the worst, I mean, you can change anything. And that's basically what I train my practitioners, is how to do that.
Yeah, what I really love about you is that you say there are no broken people, because a lot of the therapies or processes in the world, depend on, there is something wrong with us, or there is something broken, and we have somehow to fix it. And this causes really an immense stress. So at least I can speak of myself and all of my clients. If you think, okay, I'm not normal, I'm broken, this is not a nice feeling. And if you, go on and trying to fix it, to go from one process to the other, and you get really frustrated because, you think, okay, I must be so broken, there is no, there is no healing for me, all the others get healed, but me, no. And so this is something I really love about FasterEFT. And what you say about people, they are not broken.
No, they're successfully. And honestly, when I work with somebody and they believe, just like you, or we had been believing, is that I'm the worst of the worst. I'm the black sheep in the family. I am blamed for what my problems are, So
yeah, we are all the black sheep.
yeah. We are the bad one. And so what we have to do is just figure out, one, with FasterEFT, we understand that you're successfully doing something right. And what we want to do is we step in and figure out what you're doing correctly to manifest and to produce whatever it is that you're now producing. And then when you figure out what you're doing, then you can go in and change it. And I think that's where the real power is. That really is when you can go in there and you can change the worst possible, whatever it is, and you can go in and change it because you understand that they're doing something internally correctly to manifest and produce it, then it's easy. It's real easy to help people change and transform. And so that's what we're doing. That's what FasterEFT does.
So I would like to know, what is your what is your stand in the EFT world? You know, you seem to me like a little bit like a rebel, you know, because there are really some major differences between EFT and FasterEFT. And I noticed, for example, also like the Great EFT Summit, that you weren't on the summit. So I would really like to know if you are really this kind of rebel.
Well, you have to understand, and you logically can understand it, is that here it is, you studied Gary Craig's EFT since the beginning, maybe. And of course, you have the belief that the cause of all problems is disruption in the energy system, and you've written books about it's all energy blockages, and of course you have this big following, and you're teaching even those, and you're doing all this stuff. And this Robert Smith comes in and says, "Hey, you're not broken. It's not an energy blockage, but an internal creation based on what you hold in your mind, and that you don't have to say even though." I almost never say even though in my sessions. And then you have this big following. And it's a different belief system, and I'm a threat. I really am a threat, because you have to re-examine what you've been doing and say, you know, there is a better way of doing it, and the structure's different, and, you know, it is a threat, because here it is, you've got this big group of following, and they're doing even those, and they're spending seminars of teaching you how to do the correct setup phrases, and talking about energy blockages and energy vampires sucking all your energy out, which FasterEFT doesn't believe any of this stuff. And so now Robert Smith comes in and says, hey, it's not an energy blockage. It's your response to the world, and you can change your world by changing your mind and re-imprinting your memories, you know. And so, yeah, it is different, and it is a threat, because one, it's directly to the point. You know, it's fast, it's easy, it's direct, it's clean. And you know the crazy part is that FasterEFT has 600 free videos on YouTube.
600. Yeah, you have the largest online library, I think. You know, with 200, 250, 800 clicks per month, thousands clicks per month.
Yeah. And it's free.
Yes.
And so I'm a threat. I mean, and and this is the truth. I went to a country, and this person is the top EFT person in the country, and this is what she told me. She said, Robert, you're taking all my people. They love FasterEFT better than I like EFT. And so then I don't get to do seminars there anymore, because it is a financial threat as well. So
yeah, this is really a tricky thing, I think, because you know, to be honest, this world of spirituality and healing processes, it's also about money. And from my own experience, I have also experienced this. I have been a shamanic teacher for, you know, over 12 years. I have been super successful. But then there was a point I have seen, okay, I won't be, or also with my family constellation, that I'm not anymore on that service I really would like to be for the people. And I decided, okay, I cut it all down. You know, I really cut all the trees and put the roots out, and decided, okay, I will start from zero, because my first intention to be on service. And this is really what I love about you, because you don't care about this stuff. You don't care about being not, so highly recommended, but you are on service, you know, like in proportion, you know. Because I know from America there are really a lot of EFT gurus, and so this is really suspect to me, and I really love that I can feel you are really on service. It's your passion. You love what you do. You travel around the world, you know, from America to Europe, being in Ireland, in Poland, and so I think this is, you know, where the path goes. Be really on service, and if you're in service, you know, all the other stuff, the beautiful stuff will follow, but be first on service.
Well, I think too, you know, I looked at what I've done, you know, because I gave videos away. Videos for me, I learned better from videos, you know, and I took the model from Gary Craig. He gave his book away. And, you know, you can read the book. For me, I read the book. I can kind of get a gist of it. But if I can watch it, I can do it. And that's the reason why, one of the reasons why is I gave videos away. And plus, it helps people actually change their life. I get emails all the time. You have totally, completely changed my life. I can't wait to see you one day for real. You know, I've watched X amount of videos, hundreds of videos, and my children are better, my life is better. So, I mean, there's that part of it, which is exciting. And then, of course, you know, I put videos on when I'm in different countries with different languages being translated. And so, you know, I see this is my little model of the world, is I see FasterEFT as being the #1 healing process in the world. And the reason why I see that is because, one, it's so versatile, it's so simple, it's easy, anybody can do it, and it's dynamic when you operate within the system that always works, and that is the mind system. What you think, your body follows. And then you start working with that, you can create big life changes for everybody. And no better way than to do it is to watch it for free on YouTube. 100% free.
That's obviously a great service that you really, I think they are, you know, you offered way over 300 or quite 400 videos already.
600 videos.
600, yeah.
600 videos. I mean, there's testimonials in there. There's little talks that I give, you know, little tidbits of truth. People ask me questions and emails, and I'll answer it on video. So, but yeah, I mean, it's and that's another threat. I mean, here it is, you are an EFTer or any other type of processor, and you're teaching, and this guy, Robert, has them for free. That could bother you, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Because people would rather spend no money except internet connection and to watch videos and actually change your life. So, but, you know, I don't really care about all that stuff. You know, if you want to invite me to come to your conference, I'll be there. I'm going to be there in Australia, you know, and of course, one of the ladies, somebody had said, well, Robert, just don't be drumming it too much, saying that your process is the best. I say, okay, I won't say that at all. So, but you know, they will discover that it is.
Yeah, and what I really love is that you're so authentic, you know, you're authentic, and I really love your sense of humor because, you know, you play with the people and you don't take it so serious, and you're really very relaxed about all this stuff. And recently I saw also your son working with you on FasterEFT. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about, you know, your impact on your family. I think you have 3 children, as I remember.
Yeah, I have 3 children. My oldest son, he's the one that's the most active in FasterEFT, and he uses it. I think the other 2 use it as well. I know Matthew, he's my youngest. He's, for years, he did the videotaping for me. He's helped me a lot. Of course, you know, one of the things I teach you and my students and everyone who listens to me is that, guys, the best gift you can give your family is a better, healthier, loving you. And that's the reason I say, if you learn to heal yourself and work on yourself, you're going to impact them. You cannot not impact them. You do. And so definitely healing dad has infected them. You know, that doesn't mean that they don't have some of the old dad programming inside of them and how dad used to be, and they're operating from those programs. I mean, that's just normal. But what we have to all do, and it's like I tell my children, I said, hey, you know, you're responsible. You know, what I did in the past, I was the best dad I could be at the time. I was hurt as well. And so you have to heal yourself. You have to work on yourself, and you have the right not to do so. And, you know, I honor and respect that. But there is always a better way. And I say that to anyone and everyone, even my children, because, you know, you love your children. You can, you know, your best healers now, if you're working on yourself, is your in-laws and outlaws. Family reunions is a great place to find your healing. You find out really how spiritual you really have grown, you know.
Yeah. So actually, you're creating FasterEFT, and your work on it has really improved your relationships with your kids and with your family. So
definitely,
I understand it. Definitely. And I think, you know, all of us, I have also 3 children, and, you know, every mom and every dad really has this desire somewhere, you know, it might be hidden, but there's this desire to have a healthy relationship with the kids and also with your wife, you know, your husband. Because this is, our life is about relationships. Or
definitely. Matter of fact, all of our problems, every problem you can ever imagine starts with a relationship with somebody. Every one of them.
And so, how much do you enjoy to work with your son now together? You know, making the videos or, you know, traveling together? Is there sometimes a challenge for you?
Oh, definitely. Of course, when you're dealing with family, that's a normal process, you know. Of course, the way I do things, especially if you work for me. My oldest son works for me, and of course, there's certain things the way I like to have it done. And of course, when I want it this way, this way, this way, he's working for me. Then all of a sudden, he shifts into son-dad mode, and it doesn't work so well. So he has to figure out that if he's working for a boss, the boss says be here at 8 o'clock. 8:30 is not good enough, And so family has a tendency to want to do whatever they want to do because it's dad. But dad says, "Oh, you're working for me. You be here at 8 o'clock." I'm not saying that that's an issue, but I'm just saying as an example. And so, that's normal. Of course, Adam, my oldest son, he does do FasterEFT. He does sessions. He works for me in the office, and he does a really great job. He has very good insights and understandings. And, of course, we have a tendency as parents to think our children know what we know, but they don't. So
welcome in the club.
So again, as a father, you have to be understanding. You have to tap on yourself, and then you have to also have to divide yourself. Said, okay, where's my position now? Am I a father or am I an employer? And then you have to just make sure that you handle that in a healthy way. Again, he's going to bring his emotional issues up, dealing with his dad. And, of course, everything that comes out of his mouth is about himself, and everything that comes out of my mouth is about me. And so we just have to watch what we say and what we personally feel, because there's many times I'm having a conversation with my son, and it's really all about myself, and he's not here. I mean, it's just in my head, I have to do my own tapping on it as well. So that's normal. Even in a personal loving relationships, say as a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, that's exactly the same way, because we have a tendency to think our world, and then we think their world matches it, and it doesn't. And so, so we have to be the most adjustable one. And those of us who are the most adjustable live longer, has healthier, loving relationships, and grow and change in a more positive way. Those who are less adjustable usually are more miserable, upset, and blame the world for their problems and not taking ownership. So.
Yeah, so it's all about taking responsibility. And so I can imagine that you, now your children are also, they are grown up, and I can imagine that you had to deal with feeling guilty, being not the dad you would have liked to be. So do you communicate this with your children, or are you just, changing and showing for your improvement that things are different now?
Well, I mean, a part of this process, because we do look back and said, God, I wish I hadn't done that. But there's a fact to it all. The past is over and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And if you beat yourself up over what you didn't know and you didn't know how to change any other way, you're wasting this moment now. So it's a form of grief and loss. So if you beat yourself up over grieving and being sad and bothered about what you should have done, what you wish you hadn't have done, it's wasting time. So I just say tap on what you feel about it and then just do better. That's it.
Yeah. So what I really appreciate is that you also you recommend to make a list, for the people, just who start with FasterEFT, make a list and write down your main issues, and make a list maybe about, 100 points, and go through this list. Because, I had also a time when I felt guilty about things which I had done or hadn't done. And, as you said, if you are in the past with your mind, you are not present, and you miss this opportunity to be really now present with the loving ones. So this list seems to be really a great start to work with FasterEFT.
Well, there's many ways of tapping and processing and doing work. My best way for myself personally is to tap in the heat of the moment. That means when something bothers you, you tap and address your stuff right now. That's called maintenance, daily, everyday maintenance. That means you must address your emotional issues as you experience life. It keeps the piles from getting bigger inside your head. It keeps you in the moment of now. It helps you handle things in a more appropriate way. The other way is the investment time. Like oftentimes we'll have an emotional issue, say work issue. Of course, you tap when you're at work, but if you step back and you do your list, like the magic of FasterEFT, one of many, is we have the process of how to go in and actually change the structure of our problems. And that is, we call it the art of change, aim, release, and transform. And there's a process on how we can actually decode and transform and change our great ability to create the problem, whatever that is. And we just have a list of questions, and we elicit the memories and the strategies and the emotions to help build the problem, and then we go in and we transform it. That means we rewrite it, we make sure that we're in congruence with the new rewriting, with the new imprints, and then we future pace it. That is one of the magics of FasterEFT. And the nice thing, another thing, if you're a practitioner of EFT or any of the process, the processes of those is that you have to be intuitive, you have to be psychic, you have to get the right phrases. And with FasterEFT, you don't have to know anything about their problems. You don't even know what the problem is. And you can help transform the problem because we allow the unconscious, their unconscious, to create, manifest, and produce it. And we let it make all the deep changes. So, there's one of the processes, we could call it no content process. That means you come up with a problem, you tell me nothing about the content, and when we're done, the memory has been rewritten, and you're completely free with that. And that's without me knowing anything about what it is. I may use a surge level rating or maybe occasionally an emotion, but have no content of what it is. And so FasterEFT is designed on how you, the individual, create the problem and how we can change the problem. And of course, a lot of this stuff, you won't find all this stuff on YouTube because I do training. I teach people how to go in and do the secret stuff, how it works inside the mind, how to make it work. A lot of people say, well, because I sell an ultimate training kit, and it has all 90 plus 95 DVDs, and it has a lot of footage in there. I mean, we're talking about if you watch it 8 hours a day, you'd watch it for 22 days and maybe finish it all. I don't know. And so the videos on YouTube are great. There's a lot of content, but it's not organized in a way. It's not a structure or flow to it because I just think, oh, this is a good one, so I'll just put it up. Or I answer questions, So I think there's a good system, on how to create healing, how to heal your body, how to free yourself from food addictions or any addictions, how to create better loving relationships, how to lose weight, anything you can imagine, So it's all about really taking control and knowing what to do, because with a FasterEFT practitioner, they will not call me and say, Robert, how do you address depression? How do you do underwater basket weaving? And you know what? They already know how because they know if they use the art of change, they will get the client's strategy on how they do it. So there's no what phrases would you use, there's nothing like that. We don't have that problem. And there's no psychological reversal, which is really nice.
Yeah, this is really nice. And it creates a great stability, because you don't have to know about the issue. So what interests me is, what do you think about the law of attraction? Because I noticed that there's a tendency with many people who are into the law of attraction, to lean towards the positive feelings and not address, it's like, there is some negative stuff going on, there is a feeling, there's something bothering, and I noticed that many people have the tendency to say, okay, the law of attraction says, that it responds to what I feel, and if I feel bad right now in this moment, I have to change this feeling. But the people actually don't change it. They don't address the vibration. They just try to jump onto another one. So it would be really interesting for me to hear what you think about this.
Well, the law of attraction, by the way, everything you currently have is based on the law of attraction. Your depression, your fears, your phobias, your no money, your bad relationships, your good relationships are all based on law of attraction. So law of attraction basically is this: what you hold in mind, you attract. It's not what you try to put in your mind you attract, because this is not in. Right?
Yeah.
So the secret, the missing part of the secret that the secret didn't get, is how to get rid of what you already hold in mind. If this cup is completely full of coffee, completely full, how can you put anything else in the cup? It's full. So what we do is FasterEFT, we go in, we rewrite what you already hold in mind, and we rewrite it to what you would like to have. Now, since you are rewriting it what you in your mind, and you're changing it what you would like to have, it's actually what you become. Because if you take the bad memory and you change it to a positive memory, that positive memory pulls in and you see what you already hold within. So what we do is we just change what you hold. We actually change your whole essence as a being, because your whole essence is emotionally attracting and seeing what you already are. And of course, if you try to be positive, trying to be positive has been around forever. A long time ago, they were doing the affirmations, a positive, positive, positive. Well, if you're trying to put the positive in and you're full of negative, where in the hell is the positive going to go?
Because, I see really many people get really frustrated because because there is this gap, between, as you described it, if the cup is full, somewhere the positive stuff has to go. And if you're full of negative stuff, there's really no chance to attract a different life. And at least, I think what everyone really wants is to feel better and to have a better life and to achieve their goals. And they get really frustrated because, there are all this, there's the secret and the law of attraction stuff, and they really try hard to get into it, but they don't get that they really have to work on their vibration and on their essence, like you do with FasterEFT. And I think this is actually really a great combination to put these two together and to realize, okay, which great value you can get out of it if you really change these patterns which pull you still towards your family. Because, people they might get 50 years old, or like this Polish lady you spoke before, the years go by, and still you are acting. You don't. Of course, nobody wants to, but you are acting like your mom, or you are acting like your dad, and this is really frustrating. Well, it's no fun.
So it goes back to what I was saying earlier: is what you hate, you attract and you become, because you have the memories and references inside your head. And like if you're speaking negatively to yourself, in order to heal and to get something better, you have to transform that attitude, the emotions, and the words you say. You have to go inside yourself, already inside yourself, and rewrite what you do within yourself. And of course, FasterEFT is a direct process. That means it directly addresses what you actually are doing and what you produce. Because some of your videos you may have seen that I don't talk about energy. I don't talk about vibrations. And the reason is because if you go to the real deal, and the real deal is what you hold within you, which are memories. If you change the memories, you change your emotions, you change your chakra levels. Your aura will radiate greatly. Your energy level will be totally different, because energy truly is your emotions, your beliefs, your attitudes, your actions, your behaviors. When you go in and you change the driving force, which is what you hold within, which are your memories, what you witnessed, what you hold, what you recorded, you change this here, everything balances out. Everything cleans up and clears out. So it's direct and to the point. That's the nice thing about FasterEFT. It is exactly that, direct and to the point. We cut out the fluff and get to the business. And when you get to the business, you make big, big life changes. And it cuts out a lot of silliness, because a lot of people will maybe drink water from a blue bottle, because a blue bottle may create happy energy, good energy in your body. And I say, why don't you just address your attitude about negative energy, and all of a sudden, no matter where you drink water, you're just still going to get good energy, because the energy is just your emotional attitudes and beliefs and behaviors about the world and what you're afraid of.
Yeah, actually, I see that a lot of people try to feel safe, with all the stuff. If I drink water from a blue bottle, I will be healthier. Or if I eat this certain food, like you said, with the raw food or cooked food. And so people really, what I sense is that they lose their connection, with their inner being and with their inner knowledge. And as I see it, FasterEFT helps you really fast to connect again with your true inner sense and with your guidance, because you don't need something else. You just need your to realize and your intuition, where I am right now and what's going on. And so this is really a great value, because you become more stable and secure, and your self-worthiness improves really immensely.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it's a nice, easy thing to use, and I think that's why it's so successful and growing so greatly.
Yeah, it's like, it seems like a big wave, which is really covering all the world. And so, which are the next countries you will travel to?
Well, I'm currently in Poland, and on the 16th, I'm going to go to Egypt. And there's some people I've been talking to about bringing me to Egypt. And then I was going to go to India. There's a couple of people I'm talking about in India that go and do a seminar there. So I may end up going there, not do a seminar this year, maybe at the end of this year. I'm not really for sure. But I want to go there and do seminars there, because I want to hit every possible country I possibly can. And hopefully we can do it in a where it's been translated into their language, so that way they, their country, the people there can learn and take control of their lives. So that's the next thing. Of course, I'm in Australia. I'm going to Australia. I'm going to be in Sydney at a seminar there. I'm a presenter. I don't remember what the name of the place is, or what the name of the place, what it is. But I'm going to be there. It's on, I believe it's like the 9th, 10th, and 11th of September. And then after that, I'm going to be in Canada doing a seminar there. And then LA doing train level 1, then Oklahoma City train level 3, and also a Tap Fest in Oklahoma City. And then in November, going back to the UK, doing a train level 1 there as well. So I've got I'm home very, very seldom, so.
Yeah. Actually, how do you feel about being, not so much at home and traveling all the time? Is it a challenge for you, or you just enjoy it?
Well, I tell you, the nice thing about my travels is that I have people who love and care for me when I go there. So I have, just people who love the work, and they adore what I do and what I share, and I have friends all over the world. So, also recently started a new relationship, and of course that's always tough at first, and they have to travel with you, so it even makes it more opportunity for healing and growth as well. And they'll either make you or break you, one of the two. So, but everything is good. Everything is really good. It's really what we do with it and how we handle it. So. I'm excited about life, and I'm excited about what's happening in my world, and I have really good people at the house. I have my home there in Oklahoma City, or Yukon actually, and I have an assistant, Wendy. She does a great job. She's really thorough, and my son, he helps me there, and I have a video guy who's helping me do video work now. We're going to working on several projects. We've got a new FasterEFT website in design right now. We're still working on it. It'll be like a YouTube style channel with membership, and we'll have lots of videos that are not on YouTube. It's going to be really, really, really big. It's going to be a massive website, and it's going to have lots of videos and a lot of membership.
It sounds a little bit like epic FasterEFT is coming. And yeah, actually, I love it that you can relate on a loving crew and loving people who are surrounding you to support you, because I can imagine it's not always that easy to be always traveling and be always, making new contacts. Of course, it's great fun. It's great fun and joy. But I also know that that it can be a challenge. And so I really love the idea that you are supported by loving people and that get to know new people who are supporting you to make this incredible, amazing, cutting-edge healing process more known. And so this was also my intention, because I'm from Germany, and I really love to make your work more known here, also in Germany, in Austria, and also in Switzerland, all German, kind of German-speaking countries, because Austrian people would say, "Oh, we don't speak German," but at least they could more easily understand,
Right.
and it makes it more easy, because. I'm always amazed, but there are really a lot of people who don't speak English here in Europe. So for me, it's very easy to communicate in English, but I had to acknowledge that there are really many, many people who don't speak English, and they would like to know about your work. And so I really appreciate all the people serving you, translate. I think, your videos are already translated in over 14 different languages.
14 or 15,
and so it's growing and growing, and I really love to be a part of it and to support your work, because it has such a great impact also, personally on my life, and I really love to give it further. And what was very interesting to me was recently I saw a post from you on Facebook that you actually start to work with business, so like with bankers. So this is also very interesting.
Yeah.
So you're into the business world.
Well, see, another thing about FasterEFT, the way it teaches, it's easily accepted. It's easily accepted because it's practical, it's logical, and it makes sense, And so you could take it to any business, anywhere, and people will say yes, 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 because it makes sense. We don't talk about energy. We don't talk about, like, if I go into a business meeting and say, I'm here, I'm an energist, and what I do is I get rid of negative energy inside the business world, so that
there will be some resistance.
Exactly. But if I go in, I say, hey, I'm an expert at eliminating stress. I understand the model of stress. I know how to improve yourselves by eliminating what holds you back. Of course, a lot of times, most of our issues that we have with our employees is stress-related issues. And what I do is I show you how to overcome that. I give you personal power and control. Now,
everybody says yes,
exactly,
do it.
Exactly.
please do it.
And I don't operate from a business, I don't operate from an energy point of view. I don't. Because I know that energy really is an expression of what you believe, the emotions, the memories, the attitudes, behaviors you have. Now, if you change those, naturally your energy level will definitely change. You'll vibrate all kinds of great colors in your aura, and your chakra levels will all be balanced out, and you'll just have a good energy about yourself. But
you don't have to speak about it. You don't have to mention it. The people will feel it, like we feel it with you. We can feel how you radiate and that you are actually, a happy guy.
I mean, it's just good stuff, and the reason why I am the way I am is because of one thing, and that is I took complete responsibility for myself. I sought out truth, and I applied it and turned it into wisdom. And from that wisdom, I discovered that it's the mind-body connection. It is the memories I hold within me. Every character in the memory is really myself. And when I started making peace with what I hold within myself, not only did I operate from non-judgment, non-attachment, but I operate from a level of better inner communication with myself, and from that better inner communication with myself, I create better communication with other people. And then as I start to grow, I start to create with intention instead of by default. And that's the big difference with FasterEFT. It gives you that power to change your life, and that's what we need. We need the ability to change our life.
Yeah, and the people are hungry for it. You know, the people are hungry to own their lives, and they just don't know how to do it. And FasterEFT gives them really a very fast and easy way to own their lives and to take responsibility and ownership of their lives.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, so that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Robert, I can't thank you enough for spending the time with me to talk about FasterEFT, and I really, really enjoyed our talk.
Thank you. I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, and I hope you will soon meet again, hopefully personally. And so in October I will be in California. I already saw that you will be on the 5th of October in Los Angeles, or...
Maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have any.
I'm not sure about it, but
it's all on the website. Whatever's on the website, I will be there.
Okay, I trust the universe that it will work out well, like it also did with our interview.
Yeah. So I will be, like I said, I will be in California. I don't know exact dates. You can go to my website; it's there, and I'll be doing like I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I know I'm doing a level 1 training, and I may do a weekend thing before that. I don't know, but I will be there. I'll be in California before that, in Canada. After California, I'm going to Oklahoma City to train level 3. So
people will have really the possibility to join your seminars and to start really with FasterEFT off and over the boundaries, and that's actually fun, and it will be very interesting to follow you and to see FasterEFT growing.
Well, it will definitely be growing. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so I wish you an amazing time, and have fun and keep on tapping and smiling.
Yeah, so let me tell people how to come find me if they want to find me. The best way to find Robert Smith, you can Google FasterEFT, 1 word or 2 words. FasterEFT.com is another way. Healing Magic, FasterEFT will find my YouTube videos. Healing Magic, 1 word, is my channel on YouTube. So FasterEFT, you can Google it. You'll find I'm the only one that does FasterEFT. There's others who are now stepping aboard and teaching it, and just come and watch me on YouTube. I'll be speaking directly at you. Learn from it, apply it, and move on.
And they can also find you on Facebook as well.
That's definitely. I know that
you have a great Facebook community. You have an extra FasterEFT page on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and definitely. There's a lot of stuff. You know, if you want to be a practitioner, people ask me this too. They say, "Well, Robert, I can't come to Oklahoma. I can't come. How can I be a practitioner?" There's a great way. Home study course, the Ultimate Training Kit, has the DVDs. Watch it. Take your notes. Send in your notes that you watched it. And then pay for your test. Take the test, and then you'll be training level 1, 2, and 3. Those are practitioner and training courses, and when you get to level 4, that means you've already worked with other practitioners, you've already worked with clients, you send me an audio, video, then you become a level 4 practitioner, which means as a qualified person who's actually been doing the work. And FasterEFT is growing very fast, and we're right now at the ground floor of FasterEFT, and there's a lot of people who are stepping into FasterEFT, such as Dr. Eric Robbins, who's been doing EFT for a long time. He discovered FasterEFT, and he's a big spokesperson for it because it is powerful, it's dynamic, and his son, who is 18 years old, is the youngest FasterEFT practitioner, and he is really good because he studies the system, and the system is very powerful and effective. So
there's no excuse to not make FasterEFT.
Exactly. And it is a challenge. It definitely is a challenge, because the problem with FasterEFT, it thinks almost the opposite of what EFT is. It has a different thinking system. It's the different model of thinking. It's a big-time paradigm shift. But when you get it, you got it, and it's powerful and it's effective.
Yeah, and you will not turn around because you can feel it in your body. You can immediately feel the relief, and you can see very quick the results. And I think people love it.
Yeah, And you know, there's tons of amazing, amazing testimonials.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see these are real people, you know, real people with real problems and really, really do change. I mean, that's effective. That's all by itself powerful.
Yeah. That makes your work so amazing. And of course, for you, you must be really the happiest guy to see all these people shifting from misery and struggle to, creating a wonderful life and a more joyful life. Like, you know, shortly before you posted the testimonial of Kim O's Masters from Australia. And this was really very touching because, she mentioned really some hot issues.
Yeah, big stuff. I mean, you know, here's a cool thing too, and you'll notice this. I mean, when we go to amazingly horrible stuff, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional traumas, and you hear people talk about it, you almost say, did they really have that problem? Because it doesn't bother them at all when they talk about it. And the reason is because the work is so thoroughly pure, clean, and thorough, and it just really works great. You know?
Yeah, there's no charge anymore on it. They can sit on the sofa, be smiling and happy, and say, "Yeah, or, you know, of course, you know, what I want to say. There was this."
Exactly.
Oh gosh, you know, if I would sit there, you know, I couldn't speak. I would start to cry because it's, you know, it's bothering me.
Yeah, because it was still real. And see, the deal is that we do change it. Really do change it. I mean, it's not like we take a long time. I mean, she probably came up and sat in a magic chair. Maybe 30 minutes, I don't know.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes or less, we went to some major, major emotional issues and totally rewrote the story to where she's free.
That's amazing, awesome. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to make your work more known and to see FasterEFT growing and growing and, having this great impact on all the people.
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome, Robert. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.